Hello, all you beautiful ladies out there. Today I'm gonna review, the menstrual cup for you. If you followed my Insta stories, I did make an Insta story when I just ordered it and when I just got it from Amazon. So today I'm gonna review it as I've just finished my cycle and I've used it for a good 5 days. And I'm gonna tell you how I felt and what I feel are the pros and the cons of the cup. So let's get on with it. So the first pro that I feel is that the cup is completely invisible, and I think that's an advantage. And actually, you shouldn't be able to feel it also as well when it's inside. So it's invisible, and you can't feel a thing, honestly speaking. So if you do feel that there is something inside you, and if you do feel a pinching sensation or any kind of irritation inside you, in that case you should actually make an adjustment. That means the cup is not sitting right inside the body, so in which case I would advise not to take the cup out at all. I did the mistake and I did not feel good about it because I'm dealing with a sensitive area, and if you keep on yanking out and putting the cup back again and again, it's not a very pleasant feeling, to be honest. So what I would suggest is you go back in, you reach back in, you hold the bottom, you pinch it right here, and then you make the adjustment right there, and it would fit right. And that's what eventually I discovered. So yeah, that's the first pro for me: invisible and cannot feel a thing. The second pro is it's actually not smelly at all. I've hated the putrid smell of the periods for all of my life, and I don't like it at all. And yeah, because of this little thing, I couldn't smell it anymore, and that was a very beautiful, relieving feeling for me. So for me personally, that's a huge advantage. The third pro that I feel is completely clean bed sheets and clothes after a good night's sleep. And yes, you can sleep in whichever position you want to, however you want to, occupy the whole bed if you have to yourself, and no, it wouldn't leak or it wouldn't spill at all. And yeah, you have clean bed sheets, clean clothes. It didn't happen, nothing happened throughout the night. The fourth one is that you can wear it for 12 straight hours. Wow, I mean, that's a lot, you know. I mean, I've never used tampons, but I hear that they can be used for about 4 to 5 hours. So compared to that, 12 hours is great. Pads last for 6 to 8 hours, and but yeah, again, this still outstands. I mean, it's longer than any of those. So yeah, 12 hours, which is great. Let's talk about jumping and hiking or doing any such thing. So well, I usually don't go for exercise during my period, but on my 4th day I did go for exercise, and I did all my regular exercises, and no, there was no spillage, there was no leakage, there was nothing at all. So I think it's a huge advantage if you have a very active lifestyle, and you don't have to worry about a thing with this cup. So yeah, it's a huge thing for me. The sixth one is the main reason why I made my switch was of the environmental bit. As women, we use a lot of pads and tampons, and they add up to the trash in the environment. And just for that bit, you know, to remove that bit, at least from my end, I switched to this cup, and I think it is really helping me. And yeah, I mean, it's my personal opinion. Again, it's not anybody else's opinion, but it's my personal opinion. I feel we should all try to do something for the environment in some way or other. And I think making a switch from the pad to this cup is a big step in that direction, at least from my end. Now, moving on to the cons of using this cup. The first con that I personally feel about is that the idea of dealing with my own period blood is not very pleasant. I took at least 2 days to get used to the idea, and I wouldn't say I'm completely used to it still, but then it's my own body, it's my own blood, so I shouldn't be so worried about it. Nevertheless, so that is one of the cons from my end, that you have to get used to that idea, and it's gonna take some time. The second con is that you might get some panic attacks, while when you're using this cup, as it might just ride up and you might feel that it got lost on the way. And you may not be able to, suppose it's sitting here, your hands are reaching here, you may not be able to, not that far, but yeah, you may not be able to feel it. It happened to me after one good night's sleep, but I knew that it wouldn't get lost. It cannot go up anywhere. So I just reached a little more inside and just pinched again the bottom and pulled it out. So yeah, so that's the another thing, that panic attack. Third thing is dealing with the insertion and the coming out of the cup every time. So the insertion, you have different folds. This is one of the folds, the C fold. I got to the punch down fold, wherein you punch it down and you then you fold it this way. So this is a much smaller opening, as you can see, and I felt this was much better, and the cup just opens up super quickly. If the moment it reaches up, you put it inside until this point and release it, it just opens up, and I felt that hold was better for me. But yeah, I mean, the idea of putting it in every time and taking it out, even if it is twice in a day, still you have to get used to it. The fourth con, which I haven't gotten to yet, but I'm sure at some point I'll have to deal with it, is that I do not know how to deal with this thing when I'm out traveling. Why? Because it has to be sterilized, it has to be wiped, it has to be washed, and I do not know if I'm traveling those things will be available at that point in time or not. But I'm sure that's a minor glitch, and I will eventually discover something to deal with it. So yeah, so that's all from my end. Personally, I feel it's a great switch, and apart from minor glitches, it's all good. But yeah, then it's up to you how you want to go about by it. And I would say, make the switch, girls, make the switch. It's worth it, honestly speaking, and you would spend much less. Well, thank you, that's my take on it, and hope you have a good night. Bye.